We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's got room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here's Kaepernick. Throw incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Greg Ward. Fielded at the 20. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. This one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week, because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
The play fake. Here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He's taken down right at the 20. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Gainwell. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw, Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield.
As Sanders has it poked free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Thomas brings it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw, it's Kaepernick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Hurts. He'll check this one down to Gainwell. And he's going to be out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss on the play, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. The 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell.
And he coughed it up.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Not the trend he wanted to start the season with, a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick.
Milton Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Into the secondary, past the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 24 yards. Kaepernick now on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Into the red zone now, Kaepernick. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They'll try to run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 17-3. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more. Establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Sanders, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Sanders has got it complete. And he loses the football a second time. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Gibson here running out of the gun. 137 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Play action. Now Kaepernick. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, touchdown number 18 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On first down, Hurts under pressure, and they got to him again. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Here's a give to Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 153 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Kaepernick. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A handoff for Gibson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st down, Kaepernick. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Porter gusted. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, Kaepernick. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Kaepernick now to throw. And it's caught. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Washington on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking here for Smith downfield. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So, big credit.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Eluding the pressure right. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. They'll run on first down. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 19-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Once more, Gibson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 13 yards remaining on second down. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. They'll run. It's Gibson. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up in good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 187 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw near to a 1,500-yard campaign. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining. So that'll do it.